And I was like, what is going on? I'm gonna stop ranting about it because I'm gonna piss myself off even more. It's time for cooking with Ruby. Always with her freaking mouth. The man has a mouth fetish. But there's Butters. Butters! Like I was like, hey, hi, it's Ruby. Welcome to another reading vlog. As usual, I'm so excited because I love to read books and I love to talk to you about the books that I'm reading. But this week, I want to go through as many series as I can. I have my trusty reading journal and I have the spreads here. I have completed book series I'm in the middle of, and then ongoing book series. So here's my spread for the completed book series that I'm in the middle of. I've got these, and then I've got some more back here. And then this one, it's all ongoing series that I'm in the middle of. As you can see, I'm in the middle of a lot. I actually want to make an Excel sheet, so I might work on that because my friend actually she's mentioned that she wants to keep track of her books electronically too. So maybe I can come up with something on Notion or just Excel. I don't know. I guess I'll figure that out. But let's look at our options for the week. So if we visit this one first, we can see that I'm about to finish Dreamland Billionaires by Lauren Asher. I just need the last book. The other ones, like I have read the first book of Shadow and Bone, first book of Scythe, Arc of a Scythe, 2 books into the Edens. I would love to continue this, but I don't own the other books. Chestnut Spring series, I could continue that one. Zodiac Academy, I actually just finished the 3rd one, and now I'm gonna switch over to the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac. So we're gonna put this on pause until I can read those 5 books, which is crazy. And I don't own them, unfortunately. I went to Amazon to look for them, but I don't own them. So I'm gonna do KU. I could read the next book in the Skyward series because I'm really into it. Like the first book took me a lot to get through, like months. But then I finally finished it and I read 2 of the novellas and it was so good. And now I'm like in it again. So I can also do the Plated Prisoner series. I've been wanting to, but I'm barely on book 3 out of 6. So Gilded. This is a good one because I have Gilded and Cursed by Marissa Meyer, and I just need the second one of the duology. The Night Ends with Thunder. Again, I just need the second one of the duology. The Aurelian Cycle. I just need the last book. Bear Town. I just need the last book. The Winners. The Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. I'm on the 3rd book, but it's a completed 4-book series now, so I could read Wildside. 6 of Crows, we're not gonna do because I have to read 6 of Crows at this point because I read it when it came out. I don't remember it. And then Lady of Darkness, I will be reading the final book. Maybe we can do that together, actually. That would be a choice. Yeah, we could probably do that one too. And then ongoing series, dude, I'm in the middle of a ton. We're not gonna go through all of those because it's a lot, but I know what the first book's gonna be because I just got it in the mail and I'm so excited. So I got the fairy edition of The Night Ends with Thunder by KX Song. I think this was like May 2024 release, I want to say. And just like the regular editions of these books are gorgeous. I really like both of them, but I think I prefer the second one. It's like a beautiful green color. It's absolutely stunning. But I did get this because I have the adult book box and it's beautiful. So I did order the second book in the duology so that I could have them both because I gave this one 5 stars. This is a Mulan reimagining, but in this are Mulan, which I think her name's Mei Lin. Yeah, Mei Lin, she is not like your Disney Mulan. She is actually completely different. And I really like that because there are certain similarities, but really it's just like, it's very loosely. And we'll talk about it more once I'm into it and like reading it, but let's unbox the one that I'm actually going to be reading because I have it right here. So let's see. I just tore the tape, but I haven't opened it. We got bookmark, which is good. Because I actually don't own like any cute bookmarks. I just use my book box bookmarks. Just because that's all I have. So here's the book. It's orange. So the like OG book is green. And I do prefer like the OG colorway, but you know, this is the one that matches the one I have, so I got it. Let's see. Please don't be damaged. Wow, it's pretty. It's so pretty. So this is The Dragon Wakes with Thunder. Again, book 2 in the completed duology. I will do like a close-up of this. Wow, it's pretty. I will do a close-up of this, but I'll show you the outside first. The edges, of course, gorgeous, stunning, and papers, and then the cover resembles kind of the colorway of, oh, I just took off some lipstick. Oh, look, this is like the UK cover, I think in a different colorway. So yeah, I'll do like a close-up of this, but I'm excited. So I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right into it. I have the audiobook, so I'm gonna do immersive reading, do both, and see how it goes. Dang, these edges are vibrant, and I'm excited. I hope it's so good. Let's start it. I am now almost halfway, not quite there, but I've read a good amount. I'm on chapter 18, page 165, and I have thoughts because this is a duology. So here's book 1, The Night Ends with Fire. Aren't they gorgeous together? They're so pretty. But if you're not familiar with this duology, book 1 is a Mulan reimagining, and there are certain elements that are like the movie Mulan, but it's very different. So we do have our Mulan-like character whose name is Mei Lin, and she does take her dad's place and enlist in the army because he is dodging that draft. Like, he does not want to serve. All he wants to do is like stay home and like do his drugs and be a dick because that's what he does. So he doesn't even want to go anyway. But the reason that she takes his place is not because she loves him so much and she wants to save him, like in the movie. She doesn't give a shit about her dad. Like, she hates her dad, which is fair because her dad super sucks. Like, he ends up promising her to be married to this awful guy who is known to be a wife killer, but the dad doesn't care. He just wants a dowry. He's like, I don't give a shit. I just want my money. So she obviously doesn't want that life because she doesn't want to die. And she doesn't want to be like tied to this awful man who's probably going to beat her until he kills her. So that's why she ends up taking his place and enlisting. And she's all about greed. She is all about the glory for herself. She wants like her name to be known. She wants all the power and the fame and the glory. Very different from Mulan. Like, Mulan's all about honor for her family. Like, she wants to bring honor to her family. Mei Lin does not give a shit about her family. She cares about one person, and that is herself. So yeah, this is a war type book because just like in the movie, they're training and also they like set off, right, and to the battle. There's battles, and so it's very like, it's moving along, like it's very fast paced, and it has a love triangle, which is something I want to mention because I know not a lot of people like love triangles, and this duology has a love triangle. So yeah, in book 1, I felt like she had chemistry with both of the dudes. Like, I didn't really know who I wanted her to choose. Well, that's not true. I know who I want her to choose, but ultimately I didn't know who she would choose because of, like, you know, she has chemistry with both in this one. Now that we're here, this whole part that I've read has been low-key boring because unlike that book where they're like training and they're fighting and all that, They are just literally in one singular place, not going anywhere and not doing anything. It's been all about political scheming. It's been all about the politics. However, I'm not really interested in the politics. Like, I just don't care that much who's vying for power. But Maylin, of course, being the greedy, you know what, that she is, she wants the power and the glory. And so she's inserted herself into the royal family, essentially. And she has just been doing a bunch of political scheming, and I'm just not that invested, if I'm being honest. Plus, the guy that I want her to choose has had very little page time, very little. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like nearly halfway. Like, we need to go somewhere. We need to get out of this palace. Like, I am done with it. So I hope that that happens soon, because it's not gonna it's not gonna end up with a super high rating. Right now, I say it's like a 3-star, because I'm tired of the political scheming. Like, that's enough. Like, go somewhere else. Friends, damn. I just finished this book, and as you could probably tell, I'm upset because I didn't love it. And it was one of my most anticipated releases. It was going to be the conclusion to the duology. It was going to be great. I was like so excited for it, and unfortunately, I didn't love this. I think I'm gonna end up giving it like a 2.5 star, which is crazy work, because I have book 1 here. I gave this 5 stars. This was so fun to me. Like, I love Mulan. I've told you all in the past that Mulan's like my favorite Disney movie, and this was just so fun. I really liked it. I liked that there was love triangle and that she had chemistry with both dudes. The romance in this, to me, just fell apart. It fell apart. And then I told you that one of the guys, like, he acts super fucking, super freaking weird, like super out of character. And I was like, what is going on? I don't know, man. This first half was like a waste of time, if I'm being honest, because like, what was the reason? What was the reason for the politics like that were happening? I mean, there just really wasn't a reason to have half the book be that. And then like I said, the romance fell apart. Really, she was with who I wanted her to be, but the way that it ends also was just so underwhelming to me. I just did not like this book, and I'm thinking 2 to 2.5 stars. I want to be nice, and I'm gonna say 2.5, but I'm actually upset that I bought the Fairy Loot edition, because what was that, man? And maybe I need to reread the duology together in the future and try to be, I don't know, more chill about it. But I was just anticipating it so much, and it let me down. I mean, do I regret reading it? No, because I love book 1 so much that I needed to finish out the duology. But I'm upset. I'm upset because it did not hit. However, these are beautiful, and I will be keeping them because I love this one so much that it's just gonna carry this one on its back, literally. But yeah, I do recommend book 1. But I don't recommend the duology as a whole. So I guess if you're a really big Mulan fan like me, then check it out, right? And then just go into book 2 with an open mind, knowing that it's not going to be not even half of what this was. But it's done. I'm going to stop ranting about it because I'm going to piss myself off even more. So I actually had like a little list. Here we go. I had a little list where I wrote down all the books that we could potentially read. We read The Dragon Wakes with Thunder. We can read Mate, Fairy Song, Heat of the Everflame, Cursed, Final Offer, The Winners, Lady of Starfire, Dark Air, and Princess of Blood. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to Fury Song. We're just gonna get the dragons out of the way. So we just finished The Dragon Wakes with Thunder. Now we're gonna read Fury Song. I mean, I'm sure you can tell, dragons. And this will be the conclusion to this trilogy, so that'll be good. Also, I'm moving on to this one because it's not that long. It's under 400 pages, I think. No, it's not. It's almost 500 pages. Dang. Oops, but I'm still gonna read it, and hopefully it goes well. If not, it'll get on hold. So we will touch back on this. I don't know if I'll update you much on this one, but yeah, let's start Fury Song by Rosario Munda. It's time for cooking with Ruby. Just kidding. I actually just finished cleaning up this area because I'm gonna bake some cupcakes. I made some New York strip steaks. My husband had bought a huge pack at Costco. He goes to the store by himself sometimes and just picks up random shit. And this is part of what he picked up. He got a yellow cake, vanilla frosting, and my favorite sprinkles. I like these like round, crunchy ones, not the cylindrical, soft sprinkles. And this was very sweet of him. I promised him I would make cupcakes for him today, although he's not a sweets guy, but he must be craving it because he really doesn't eat sweets. He's a savory guy, but I live for sweets. However, I can't really eat them often for health reasons. But yeah, I'm gonna bake some cupcakes, take a break from reading. I don't want to get out my KitchenAid standing mixer, so I'm just gonna use the muscles. I finished the entirety of Fury Song, and I didn't update you just because I really didn't feel the need to update you. It was good. It was solid. I liked the conclusion of the trilogy, but I wasn't obsessed with it. And I think it was told in parts, 4 parts to be specific, and I really didn't get invested till like the end of part 3. Not to say that I was bored before that, because I wasn't. I just felt like it was, I was just trucking along. I did want to point out, I have the whole trilogy here. Here it is. In book 1, Fireborn, we follow 2 POVs, Annie and Lee. They're like our main characters, right? The main couple. And then we follow an additional POV on here. So now we have Annie, Lee, and Griff. And then in the 3rd one, we finally get another POV. So we have Annie, Lee, Griff, and Dilo. And Dilo was my favorite character of the whole series. I actually think Dilo doesn't come in until book 2. But I really, really liked him. And I feel like the only one I cared about was him. Like, the only one that I cared what happened to was him. So, yeah, I was reading this, pushing through for Dilo and Dilo alone. But the complaints that I had about the trilogy in the past, it was better here. It was better because one of the main things that I told you guys in the past when I read these books was that I didn't love that the dragons were just used as mode of transportation and weapons. And there is a certain thing that happens in this where we get the opportunity to actually see the bond, not only between the dragons, but between the writers and the dragons. However, it's still not going to be like Fourth Wing or Dire Wolf where they're actively talking to them and like you're seeing their interactions and they're their own characters and you know their thoughts and feelings and all that. It's in here, but it's very minimal in that sense. So yeah, I didn't love that, but it was better by this book. And there was a scene with a dragon that was just like really touching, and I really, really enjoyed that. But yeah, all in all, I think it was a solid trilogy, but I don't think that I'll ever want to reread it. Like, I was just fine with it. My favorite of the 3, though, was definitely the second one, Flamefall, which is surprising to me because it's the middle book, but it's the one that I ended up enjoying the most. I feel like the plot really moved forward with this. This one's pretty slow. The first one for me was pretty slow, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to be for me. But ultimately, I think I'm going to unhaul this because, like I said, even though I thought it was solid, I think I gave book 1 the lowest rating. And I think I gave it maybe like a 3 to 3.5. I can't remember. It should have been like a 3-star for me, just based on what I'm remembering. And then book 2 is my favorite. Like, I just don't think I'll ever reread it, so I'll probably I will be unhauling it. And next up, I'm going to pick up a book that I've already started. I don't own it though, so I've been reading it on my Kindle, but I'm buddy reading it with my friend, and we have to, get together and talk about it because we've been reading this entire series together. It's the Lady of Darkness series. This is book 1, which again, I'm probably going to end up unhauling because She actually got me this book, but we decided that we want the UK covers, so I don't want to buy any more of them in the US cover. And the UK covers are super similar. It's just obviously the UK paperbacks are tiny little books, and then they're in color, whereas these are all like this, just gray, black and gray. So yeah, I have book 1, Lady of Darkness, and this is a completed 5-book series. But then there are 2 novellas, and then on her website she has a ton of bonus chapters, and I've been reading those as we go because we're following like a reading guide. Melissa does such an amazing job on her website of just notating everything. She gives you reading guides, she gives you bonus content that actually adds to the story. Like, you're getting POVs from characters that you don't see in here, so I'd say they're definitely worth checking out. You also get like character interviews, and they're really funny. You get just illustrations of different things that are happening in the world, like bond marks and different things like that. So her website is amazing. It's so organized. There's so much content on there, and I definitely recommend it. If you're reading this or you plan to pick it up, check out the website. She even does the recommended reading orders for you. You don't even have to like look into it, and she gives you options. She's amazing. So I definitely recommend checking out her website. And then for the novellas, they've been bound into a single book, but if you have KU, you can find them on Kindle Unlimited, like individually. I think one's The Reaper, which I already read, and then the other one's Unrelenting Winds, which you're meant to read after you finish the whole series. So yeah, a completed 6-book series, and honestly, it's been fun. Butters and I put up the Christmas tree, and I do say Butters and I because he was very involved in the process. You'll see him, he's so cute. But yeah, we put up the tree, and I did film it, but I'm simultaneously filming 2 reading vlogs. I'm filming this one, finishing series I'm in the middle of, and I'm also filming reading your 5-star reads. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this one before I finish that one, but yeah, they kind of overlapped a little bit, just a little bit. And then today I'm starting my book club reading vlog, which I haven't done in a bit, but I kind of miss it. So now that we have new members, I just feel like it'll be good to reintroduce it. But I've been reading, and like I'm nearly done with the book, but my friend was saying that she was getting really annoyed with our main couple because there's this one thing that the MMC always freaking says to the FMC, which is that mouth of yours, or we could put that mouth to better use. Like, always with her freaking mouth. The man has a mouth fetish because he's always talking about it. And it's not because like she has a great mouth, which I'm sure she does, but it's because she's very like crass, and she's very like, she always just says whatever the hell she wants to say. And so he's always like exasperated by her, and he's always like, you're so inappropriate, but he like loves it. And that's his way of teasing her. And she was making it seem, because she read the book before me, like she finished before me, and she was making it seem like it was happening a ton in this book, because it's happened a ton during the series, but it hasn't. It has. I think she's just over it. Like, it just bothered her a lot. But yeah, I'm trucking along, and honestly, I'm a tiny bit disappointed because I'm not loving it the way that I thought I was gonna love it. Like the way that I enjoyed book 4, I'm not enjoying it as much as I am with that one. Like, it's unfortunate because this is the end of the series. I don't hate it though, but I will say that we have been following other couples, and in this book specifically, we're getting a new couple that we really haven't seen before. And I really like them because all the couples in this world are very different. The characters are very different, like personality wise, and that makes the couples read very differently. So I really like that. My favorite, no, I shouldn't say that because then you're gonna know who's together. But yeah, I will tell you who my favorite characters are though by the end of the book, like when we wrap it up. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little update because I thought I was gonna love this way more than I am. And like I said, I'm not hating it, but I don't know, I'm feeling a little underwhelmed with how things are playing out. They're good. They're good. But they're also reading a little convenient. I'm done. I need to check what I rated the books because I don't know. I like this one, but I definitely didn't love it. It's definitely not my favorite. I think I'm going to settle on a 4.25 star because, you know, like I said, I'm happy with how things played out. Like, I'm happy that we got pretty much everything answered. There was a couple things that weren't addressed, but I'm remaining hopeful that the reason that they didn't get addressed is because they're kind of like little Easter eggs. Like, there's a point where we see this lady in a mirror and she kind of helps our people out, but that's it. Like, they don't talk to her. They don't really, like, she's just there and then she's gone. But the mirror gates are like gates to other worlds. So I'm just curious to see if that's somebody that we see in the Legacy series or the newest series that they're doing. I think it's a duology because this world, it's part of the Chaos verse, and it's this whole universe that Melissa's creating, just like Brandon Sanderson has the Cosmere. She has the Chaos verse, and so we're getting different series within the same universe. So that is the reason that we wanted to start off with this one, because we don't want to miss any like little Easter eggs or anything like that. Like, we just wanted to get the best reading experience. So that's why we did it this way. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was solid. I thought it was fun. My favorite part were the characters. I loved most of the characters. Actually, I loved all the characters. They were all solid. But I will say that I did have my favorites, and that is Cyrus, Cassius, and I also really liked Eliza. I thought she was really cool, really awesome. I loved her personality. Like, I loved her. And I love who she became. So yeah, they're my favorite from the start. As soon as Cyrus was on the page, I knew he would be my favorite. He is like my number one, followed by Cassius and Eliza. But yeah, I love Cyrus. Cyrus has his own little bonus chapter, and then I think he has another little bonus chapter with somebody else that I won't spoil for you, but I haven't read that one. I just read the Cyrus one because a lot of the bonus chapters and novellas you have to read until after. So yeah, like I said, we've been following Melissa's reading order, and it's been really cool actually to read the bonus content, because it definitely adds to the story so much, in my opinion. But my least favorite part of this was probably the main couple, and not individually but together. Soren, our MMC, didn't really do it for me. Like, he is a great guy, and he is a great guy pretty much from the start. Like, he starts a little bit of a douche, but there's a reason for it. But really, you know, it's not just that he's being mean. Like, he's not like punching her or whatever. Well, he kind of is, but it's not giving Rowan. It's just giving like he's trying to train you. And he just read like a very vanilla MMC, which, like I told my friend, is great. Like, I love that for them. I love that they meet in book one, they fall in love in book one, and they are happy throughout the books together. They stay true to each other. There's no really conflict within their relationship. It's just very solid from the start, which is the goal, right? But it's also a little boring for the reader, because you're like, ooh, what's gonna happen? But I like that it just didn't focus on their romance. Like, it's very much a fantasy romance. Like, there is a plot going on, and that's what's taken over. What's wrong with you? You scared me. Can you breathe? Yeah? Okay. That was weird. But yeah, it's definitely plot centric. We get a lot of plot, we get a lot of character work, character development. So yeah, but the fact that they were just solid from the start, and then like the dialogue with them was always the same, like the same thing with the mouth, the same thing. They have this little line that they tell each other over and over again, which is honestly cute, but yeah, they never really change. Their relationship never really grows. I mean, it grows a little bit, right? Like they end up fully trusting each other and all that, relying on each other and all the good stuff. But again, it just doesn't make for entertainment. Not my favorite couple, definitely not my favorite MMC, but there were others that made up for it. That made up for it. So yeah, all in all, I'm happy that we read it. And I'm happier that we read it together. And it all started because, and honestly, like our friendship has blossomed because she sent me this book. And then I was like, hey, we should buddy read it together. And now we text like every day. And I genuinely consider her like a great friend. So it's been amazing. We decided that we were gonna finish the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy, because that is another completed 6-book series. And we're on book 3. Like we're gonna start book 3, Gleam. So we're gonna finish that first, and then we're gonna move on to the Legacy series. So it'll be nice because we both already own those books. So we're helping each other get through the series while they're still fresh up here, you know? So do we want to pick one more up? I feel like we've already done a lot of reading, but I think we can do one last one. It is Thanksgiving Day, and I'm going to be starting Dark Air. I plan to read a good chunk of this book today. I don't know that I'll finish it because, you know, we're going to watch football, but I am going to get a good chunk and we'll talk about it in a bit. But first up, my husband is prepping already to cook the turkey. He's the one that does it. I don't do it because he makes it better than I could. So let's go take a little walk to the kitchen and see the progress. He was marinating it and now it's time to cook it. I'm gonna put away the dishes and make space for him to work. And then I'm not gonna make that many sides because I'm sickly and I can't really eat. So yeah, but we are getting ready. Where's Butters? Let's find him. That fell. Ignore that. I was filming, so we've got a bit of a mess. But there's Butters. Butters! And actually, since we already have the little setup, because I filmed my video for tomorrow, my Black Friday video, where, you know, we did the December TBR. Let's introduce our next book. So the next book is Dark Air by C.S. Picat. Book 1 was Dark Rise. And this is a YA fantasy trilogy. We don't have any news on the third and final book. But I hope that there is news soon, because then if a ton of time goes by, I'm going to forget what this was about, and, you know, that sucks. But in book 1, Dark Rise, we follow this guy, Will. And Will is living with his mom at the beginning of the book. Or I don't remember if there's like flashbacks or something, but the point is, all he has is his mom. And his mom ends up, you know what I mean? And so she, you know, is gone, and now he's on his own and he's trying to fend for himself. He's working at the docks and he's having not an amazing life, if I'm being real. He's just kind of trucking along, trying to get by. But at the beginning of the story, he gets caught up in this. There is an island aliving that happens, and he ends up getting caught up in this, and it just really like thrusts him into this whole thing that he didn't even know existed. Like, there is now magic, there is like a secret society type order to defend against the evil. It's basically the good versus the evil. We have a chosen one trope, but I really like it. And the reason I picked up book 1 was because it was described to me as Lord of the Rings, but make it gay and make it YA. And honestly, a good time if I've ever heard one. So The Lord of the Ring component is strong in this because we do have, you know, kind of like our chosen one character, kind of like where we have Frodo and has to like take on the weight of the world. We have that. We also have these like creepy guys like the Nazgul in the Lord of the Rings. We have like our equivalent in this. And yeah, it's like the good versus the evil that's going to sweep through the land and end everything. And yeah, there are a lot of parallels, but I will say that I do think that it stands on its own as a unique story. The gay part of it, I haven't seen it. There are clues, right? But it's not so much that. So if that's like a deterrent for you, if you think it's gonna be like very like romance heavy, it's not. Nobody in this has had any romance, and I'm on book 2. So don't let that be a deterrent. It's just that these characters, you know, they're not just straight, but because it's a fictional world, I just feel like that's not even what they're focusing on. But we'll notice like the guy will notice the other guy and how he's like handsome and stuff, but nobody has gotten together at all. Like not even one pairing or anything like that. It's very much focused on the story. And this one definitely picks up right where the first one left off. In the first one, we get a crazy reveal. Like I was like losing my shit when that reveal happened. If you hear, that's my husband. He's cooking. But yeah, when the reveal happened, I was like, that's good. That's good. And so, yeah, I've started this, but I'm literally like just starting off. I'm not even like 100 pages in yet. But yeah, I'm already invested and I want to know how things are going to play out because our MMC, our main male character, he's lying to some people and he's hiding some things, and I just want to know how that's gonna play out. So it's good so far, but I hope that it gets great. My brother read this. He read the first one and he liked it just as much as I did, and he loved this one. And as a whole, I hear people say this one's amazing, and I want to believe them because I want it to be true. So I'm gonna go see if my husband needs any help. All I'm making today is mashed potatoes, stuffing, and macaroni for him, and that's it. Usually I'll do corn, I'll do green bean casserole, you know, just more stuff. But because I've had these like issues going on, I can't really eat a ton. I can barely eat, period. So I don't want to have a lot of food. Yeah, it'll be a good chill day, and we're gonna watch football. And that's always good. And we're going to get to watch it on our projector. It's hard sometimes because we're from Texas. And so we'll want to watch like the Cowboys play, but different time zone, different team, you know. But today we'll be able to watch it. So I'm excited. I finished Dark Air last night as I was cooking dinner. And I wanted to talk to you about it so badly, but then my husband wanted to hang out. We've been watching anime together, which has been really, really nice. So yeah, he had like essentially a whole week off, almost a whole week, 6 days off. So we've been spending so much time together, but he also sleeps a lot. So while he's been sleeping, I've been getting some reading done, and I finished this whole book, and oh my goodness, like I really like this, but I feel like this series is like for a specific type of reader. I don't think that everybody's gonna like it, and I'm actually really surprised that I like it because I feel like especially book 1 is so slow moving. The plot is so slow moving. We're very much focused on the characters in book 1, and then we get this big reveal at the end, and it's just like, what? Like, it's crazy. And you immediately want to go into book 2, and book 2 definitely, it moved along way faster, and it was still character focused but also plot driven. It was like a good balance of both. Very YA. If you want like romance and all that, it's not gonna be in here. That was like barely a little speck of something in here, but not really. It's more like there's a bit of yearning in here, longing, but it's nothing that's gonna be like romance focused. But damn, I really like these books so much. And like there are some criticisms I had about this there were some characters that were annoying me. I'm looking at you, Elizabeth and Xander, but there were also characters that I love. James is my absolute favorite character so far. But there was something with James that happens, and I was just like a little confused about that. I was like, really? Or like, not so much confused, but kind of confused. I was like, is that really how that works? Because that's like kind of intense. And also, I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, I feel like it should be a little different, but I can't tell you about it without spoiling it for you. But yeah, I was just like, like, how is she gonna get around that? Because, damn. And all in all, I would say, because I had like several criticisms, this isn't supposed to be a 5-star, but I'm still giving it 5 stars for the vibes. Just because this is very Ruby coded. Like, these two books, I just have liked them so much that even though I don't think they are 5-star books, I'm giving this 5 stars because I enjoyed my time from beginning to end. Even with the criticisms, I am still waiting for book 3. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that says something. So I'm very happy to have been caught up with that, but kind of sad because yes, Pacat, they have not given us any news about book 3. Not like nothing. We don't know what it's called. We don't know when it's coming. At least not that I've seen. Maybe I should look into it again, but I don't think so. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me this week as we either caught up or concluded the series. We concluded The Night Ends with Fire, Dragon Wakes with Thunder, which is a duology. We concluded the Aurelian Cycle trilogy. And then we concluded, oh my goodness, we did a duology, a trilogy, and a series, a 5-book series, the Lady of Darkness series. And then we caught up with the Dark Rise. I think it's going to be a trilogy. I'm not sure about that, but I think so. And we read book 2, Dark Air, which was really good. So I think it was a very productive and successful week of reading. And I'm excited to finish out more series and start new ones. I'm such a series girl. Like, I've like found my love for series again. For a minute there, I was like into duologies, but I feel like I'm fully into trilogies and series now, specifically series. I just feel like they're fun. Because you really get invested and you really fall in love with certain elements of the story, whether it's the characters or the plot. And yeah, I'm just excited to continue on. So yeah, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, join me for bookmas. Thank you for joining me for day 2 of bookmas today, and I'll see you in 2 days with day 3. Bye.